PSX, Digital Video Recorder. From Wikipedia, the free online encyclopedia, at en.wikipedia.org. This article is about the device with the name PSX. For the device whose code name is PSX, see PlayStation Console. The PSX is a Sony digital video recorder with a fully integrated PlayStation 2 home video game console built in. It was released in Japan on December 13, 2003. Since it was designed to be a general-purpose consumer video device, it was marketed by the main Sony Corporation instead of Sony Computer Entertainment and does not carry the usual PlayStation branding. Initial sales were strong, with the console selling 100,000 units during its first week, thus selling out. Its high cost, however, resulted in poor sales later on, prompting Sony to cancel plans to release the PSX outside Japan. After the price has been lowered in September 2004, sales increased again. Section 1. Features. The device is a fully functional digital video recorder with an included infrared remote control and S-video, composite video, and RF inputs. It is able to tune analog VHF and CATV. It can also be linked with a PlayStation Portable to transfer photos, videos, and music via USB ports, and features software for nonlinear video editing, image editing, and audio editing. DVD+R support was to be introduced in a future update. It was the first device to use Sony's Cross-Media Bar, or XMB, graphical user interface, which would later be used for the PlayStation Portable, PlayStation 3, some Blu-ray disc players, and 2008-era Bravia TVs. Like standard PS2 consoles, the PSX can be laid horizontally or stood up vertically. The PSX fully supports both PlayStation and PlayStation 2 software by its slot-loading DVD drive, as the onboard EE plus GS chip is a unification of the PlayStation 2's Emotion Engine and graphics synthesizer chips. Online game compatibility was available using the broadband connection. Games that used the PS2 HDD, such as Final Fantasy XI, were supported as well. Shortly before release, Sony opted numerous features from the PSX, citing that it was necessary to launch by Christmas 2023. Playback of CDR and DVD plus RW discs, for example, were dropped, as well as MP3 format audio, and instead, DVD RW discs and A-track format audio were retained upon release. However, firmware updates, versions 1.10 and 1.20, added these features later on. Section 2. Peripherals. The PSX is compatible with all first-party PlayStation and PlayStation 2 controllers and memory cards, with the exception of the Pocket Station. The main unit has 2 controller ports located on the back side and 2 memory card slots on the front side hidden behind a panel cover. While the unit itself was sold without a game controller, a PSX branded variant of the DualShock 2 analog controller was sold separately, which features a 4-meter long cord, a bit longer than the standard versions of the controller. Because of the difficult placement of controller ports and memory card slots, which are located above each other on standard PlayStation and PlayStation 2 consoles, the PSX is incompatible with all versions of the multitap, and no PSX-specific multitap was ever made to get around this issue. Games that require the use of 2 or more USB ports are also incompatible with the PSX. Section 3. Retail configurations. The PSX was released in 8 retail configurations during its lifespan. The 5000 series, with an embossed logo on top and gray stripe at the back, shipped with 160GB hard disk drives, while the 7000 series, with a colored logo on top and black stripe at the back, contained 250GB drives. Software updates were made available by disk and download. The 7500 and the 7700 models added a ghost reduction tuner. The inclusion of BS and UHF-VHF connectors varied by model. Starting with firmware version 2.10, users could export videos to a memory stick. The exported files are compatible for playback on the PSP. This feature is unavailable on earlier models due to the later firmware versions never being released for them. Contrary to popular belief, no variant of this console supported PSP games or is compatible with UMD discs. All models have 2 sets of status LEDs and infrared receivers, one along the front for horizontal orientation and the second strip along the top back for vertical orientation. The disc rack indicator is only on the front of the device in later models. Additionally, some models have 1 or 2 decorative blue LED light strips, either on the front located under the disc slot or in the back. DESR5XXX consoles have a solid white case with an embossed PSX logo, except for DESR5100S, which has a silver case. DESR7XXX consoles have a clear white case with a colored PES logo printed on. Section 4. Etymology. Up until the release of the PlayStation 2, the first PlayStation console came to be known consequently outside of Japan by its provincial codename of PSX. This was adopted to echo the MSX, a home computer standard sold by Sony and other companies throughout the 1980s. This could cause some confusion as to which device is being referred to. Section 5. Colors. The PSX was initially displayed at CTEC in white, silver, yellow, red, and blue. The white variant was released commercially, while a limited edition silver model was made available in 2004. This sound file and all text in the article are licensed under the Creative Commons Attribution Share-alike 3.0 unported license. This audio file was recorded on the 12th of March, 2024.